Hey y'all, welcome to Hillbilly Garage. Well, the day has finally come. We've putting in the last checks, topping off the antifreeze. The crankcase is full of oil. I primed the oil pump. It's funny. She made so much oil pressure, it messed up my daggone gauge. I had to go buy another one. It didn't peg it out, but for some reason it was turning out about 65-pound oil pressure. And next thing I know, I look and it's buried way past 100 and it won't come back. So I didn't want to run it without one, so we had to go grab one. And yes, that is a GM alternator. Don't y'all laugh. I did have to make a little custom bracket for it, but I needed a belt to run the water pump, and I was already wired, and it was just so it's okay. You know, wise man always says, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? I don't know. We're fixing to find out. But anyway, I got the distributor dropped in. I've dropped it in about 18, 20 degrees. Went through, checked the fire in order, and had to run a new wire for the starter, you know, because Mopar's on the other side. So, yes, it's black and it's supposed to be red, but I couldn't find a red one at the store. So, just work with me on this, okay? It only goes to one place, so we're bound to know that it's right, okay? But, anyway, I was able to use pretty much the rest of the wiring harness, all the same. Just had to make a few different places. Even use the same pipes. They mounted up. Just had to swap them and put a little angle to it. But I kind of like this uphill roar here. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But we're topping off the antifreeze, and we'll go through and do a bulk check. And I checked the fuel pump. It's working. I haven't touched that carburetor since Sludge Monster and the other, what was that motor we run?
Crust bucket. Crust bucket.
No, this is Crust Bucket. That red Chevrolet. Tic Tac.
Yeah.
It's Tic Tac.
Yeah.
So they ran pretty good on it, so this should be enough to make it run. You know, this one should probably make about the same amount of compression. But anyway, gonna go through and just make around, check all the bolts and the wires and the connections, and I done turned the fans on, they run. It's a mechanical water pump, like I said. That's why we had to do a belt and build a bracket. I'm hoping it stays on there. And we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing to the edge of the garage. So we'll be along in just a minute and get this baby fired up. Well, we've made a couple attempts so far to get this old girl fired up, and had a real strange happening going on. We were getting way too much oil pressure, and by way too much, I mean way too much. We had oil filters trying to blow up on us. If y'all can notice, if you compare them, I don't know, hopefully you can see it pretty good. You can see that the dimples on the new filter are in, and what used to be dimples on this old filter is out. And then actually this one, these sides, I know you can't really see them too well, but they're out. This thing is no longer got dimples. It's like round. And we were getting oil spraying around the adapter ring between the ring and the block, there's a paper gasket typically. And what we did, the first thing we tried was we went and got a Felpro gasket that goes behind here. And I'm going to tell you now, that's a good gasket because we hadn't fixed the problem yet, but that stopped the leak, which actually is what led to the other filter. This is a Racing XP and it's bellied out. So next thing was we had to drain it, pull the pan off, put a new pump in it. And it's actually the same exact pump. And I will tell you the oddest thing about this is I took the cover off, pulled the gears out of it, reached in there with a screwdriver, and I moved the plunger, the bypass plunger. And it actually squirted a little bit of oil. But that had me just a little bit worried, because if that was doing that, then I was wondering, okay, well then what in the world we got going on? But I put same exact pump, a DNJ, in there, took it apart, checked the bypass plunger, and it moved freely. I got it in, got the oil back in it, and you can watch down there. And that's turning my drill pretty fast. And when we tried to do that even on half speed on the other pump, it was pegging the gauge plumb past 100. So something is going on with the bypass, and I'll have to investigate that a little bit further to try to figure that out entirely. I'll have to get a bypass and spring kit in here, tear that one apart, rebuild it so I'll have a good pump for the next one. But we're going to get this thing put back together, and then we're going to make some noise. Be right back. Alrighty. I showed y'all that little trick that I took a spark plug and broke it some time back, taped the finger of a glove to it. But I've gotten a little less hillbilly with this now, because I got a compression gauge, and you can see I just came back top dead center, which obviously I'm on the overlap because it's on 0. And I'm going to take it on around for another rotation. And you can see pressure came up on the gauge, and I am at about 20 or 18 or 20 degrees before top dead center, which is where I want to drop my distributor in. So this is the way that you can check it if you're going to do it manually, or some people use the starter to turn them around, but I don't have the starter on right at the moment. I could have thrown it on and everything, but I just seems like it's a little bit easier, or a little. It's too early in the process to have the starter on for me right now. So since I got to drop distributor back in, this is a pretty good way for me to do it. You just yank your spark plug out, throw your compression tester in the hole, hook it up, turn the crankshaft over, and when you find compression and your mark's lining up over here, you know that you are on you're coming up on your compression stroke. And we've talked before, last time we did one on small block Chevrolet, we set it at about 14, 16. I could have went 18 or 20. Most small blocks, well, most V8s anyway, anywhere between 16 and 20 degrees before top dead center is a good place to drop your distributor in. And just like I showed you, I'll show you right quick. We're fitting to get a storm. The distributor for this small block Mopar. Yeah, I have it marked very similarly. Where is my distributor? Oh, it's over here. You can see down here, this black line, this is number 1 plug wire. And you can see I have a red arrow on the base of the distributor. So I bring it up to about 20 degrees before top dead center. I'm gonna drop the oil pump drive down in, and the gear from a oil pump drive will be about right here. When I take this cap off, I should have, the rotor button pointing in this direction. So I'll set my oil pump drive to match this fairly well, then I'll be able to drop it in. But it's just like dropping it in on the, like we did on the small block Chevy last time. They drop in the same exact way. You just line up that little red line with the rotor button, tighten it all down, put your cap on, and you'll be good for a good startup. So be back in a bit.
Look at that. That does not look good.
All right, y'all, here we go. Contact.
It's sparking.
Joe. You got her fired up. She's running pretty good. It's a little cold natured. Had to play with the choke plate there, try to keep her running a little bit, but probably going to have to add me a choke cable to this to help out a little bit. But she fired up. She sounds pretty good. Carrying good oil pressure, 55, 60 pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. But we got to run her through a few heat cycles. Finish burning off this manifold, so be quit worried about them.
And it's cold tonight, so.
It's a little chilly. It stormed a while ago. Kind of damp outside, but yeah, I'm happy to get her running. One more time here. play with it a little bit, dial it in, get the idle set and everything, but we got to get a little heat in it, get it warmed up, but it's going to be all right. All righty. We appreciate all of you. Keep coming back. Like and subscribe. Check down in the description. You'll see some ways that you can start getting involved in the channel. And don't forget, we got t-shirts coming real soon. We'll see y'all. Bye.